Hello, Tinuke Fawole here. This week we're talking about respect, especially between generations. I know we all have our different definitions of respect, but I just want us to focus on this one today. So respect is the positive attitude or feelings that we have towards someone or something because we value their rights, their opinions, their qualities. And it also involves showing consideration and courtesy to people because we value their worth as individuals. So if we accept this definition, respect cannot be one-sided because even as parents, when we have children, we recognize that they are humans and we recognize their worth. We also recognize their qualities, the values they bring to the table. So anyone that you have such feelings towards, you need to respect. My favorite story of respect from my father happened when I was about 14 years old. So a letter came for me. In those days, people would write you letters, your friends, boyfriends, girlfriends. I was 14, so I don't know where the letter came from actually. But it was addressed to me. And my father mistakenly opened the letter. And I think upon opening the letter, he realized that it wasn't for him, that it was for me. He brought it to me and my father apologized profusely. He was, it was so sorry for what he did. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was for me. And why am I remembering that story almost 50 years later? Because it was so impactful to me. I didn't even recognize it then, but still it stuck with me. And it's the story I always remember about my father's respect for me, for my space and all that. And this is one of the greatest complaints that children of immigrants especially have, because we're coming from a culture of respect is one way. You respect me because I'm your parent, but I'm not expected to respect you. I can say anything to you. I can do anything to you because I'm your parent. But that is not right. And, this bothers our children and they talk about it. So we want to change that. So I'm going to share 5 tips on how we can show respect to our children, especially when we're having a conversation, so that conversation can flow, so that we can hear from them and we can know what is going on with them and we can have the relationship that we crave. So the first thing is active listening. That means when your child is talking to you, and when I say child, I always want us to know, I'm talking about children of immigrants. So you might be 10, you might be 20, you might be 30, you might be 40, still trying to have a relationship with your parents. So when I say child, I'm not saying that you are a child like that. So the first thing is active listening. So when someone is talking to you, when your child is talking to you, that you actually pay attention, that you are not distracted doing other things. Number 2 is use polite language and watch your tone. When you respect someone, you speak to them in a respectful way. And the thing is, all these that we're asking us to do for our children, it lets them know the right way to do things. And they carry this into their relationships. So if they've been spoken to and they've been treated with respect, it's just easy for them to eventually treat their friends and their spouses with respect. So what we do is lasting. Acknowledge differences. Even when we have children, even twins, don't exactly think alike, do things alike. So sometimes we're different from our children. So let's acknowledge that we're different. You may have a different opinion. You may have a different perspective. And I still need to respect that, even if it's different. Give space. Even when it's our children, sometimes they may say, can we talk another time? They are humans and there are reasons that they may not be willing to speak. We need to give them that space and avoid interruptions. If someone is speaking to us, don't just interrupt. And like I said, it's funny. As I say these things work also in adult relationships. It works between husband and wife. It works between friends. It works between co-workers. So let's just do this. Avoid interrupting and just let the person finish and then you can start. So this is my tip about respect this week. Have a wonderful week. God bless.